We begin this episode seeing Dunk in his cell, and Egg arrives with guards and dinner for Dunk. He apologizes to Dunk for deceiving him and pleads he only wanted to squire for someone and become a knight. Dunk scolds him for being untruthful, and little Egg is sitting in the corner with tears in his eyes. He's so adorable. How can anyone stay mad at him? Egg tells Dunk his uncle Balar wishes to see him after he's done with his meal. Dunk immediately gets up and tells Egg, "I already kicked one, Prince. I won't keep another waiting." Next, we see him enter Balar's study and bow. Balar commands him to stand and explains Arian wants his head. He was defending an innocent as an honorable knight should. Balar informs him he has two options: plead guilty and risk losing the limbs he struck the prince with, or a trial by combat. He looks Dunk in the eyes and asks, "How good of a knight are you, truly?" We cut to seeing Dunk stand in front of a council that includes members of the royal family, including that wicked bleach blonde fucker Arian. Dunk declares he wants a trial by combat and that it's his right. Arian refuses and suggests they do a trial of the seven, which is also his right. His father scolds him about the possibility of him cowering behind this tradition because he doesn't want to take on the hedge knight himself. Dunk asks, "What does that mean? I must fight 7 men by myself?" Prince Balar explains he must find 6 other knights to fight with him. Dunk explains, "But I have no one else." Arian further explains, "If your cause is just, good men will fight for it. If not, it will only be because you're guilty." Prince Makar snatches up Arian like, "Boy, I'm too old to be dragged into this foolishness." Dunk simply asks, "Can I go now?" Balar dismisses him and says, "Seek your champions, Sir Duncan." Next, we see him walking back to his remaining 2 horses in the pouring rain, and his friend Raymond Fossaway pops up behind the tree and reveals he was watching his horses for him. He invites him into his tent to have a chat. Dunk shares that he must participate in a trial of the 7 and find 6 knights to fight with him to prove he has goodwill. Stefan Fossaway tells him he will fight with him. Aegon walks in with his brother Daron, and Dunk immediately attacks him and confronts him about telling his family he kidnapped little Aegon. Dunk is over these Targaryens at this point. Daron explained he told the lie to give him an excuse not to participate in the tourney. After Ed confirms this, Dunk backs off Daron. Daron then tells him he'll fight on his side, but he won't last long. Hey, at least Daron is being honest that he's not built for this nightlife. Confused by Egg's actions, Dunk asks, "Arian, he's your brother. You would see him dead?" While looking up at Sir Duncan, little Egg explains, "When I was little, Arian used to come into my bed chambers at night and put his knife in between my legs. He had too many brothers, he'd say. Maybe one night he can make me a sister and marry me." Oh my god, that was hard to hear. I can't believe Arian touched little Egg. I hope Dunk stumps a mud hole in his ass. Daron tells Dunk he's right. Arian can be quite the monster. May I have a word with you? They step outside and have a brief discussion about Daron's dream. Daron explains, "I have seen you, sir, and a fire and a dead dragon. A great beast with wings so large that they could cover this meadow. It had fallen on top of you, but you were alive, and the dragon was dead." Dunk asks, "Did I kill it?" Daron responds, "I'm not sure." He states, "We were the masters of dragons once, we Targaryens. Now they're all gone, but we remain," and walks off. Dunk picks up his repaired shield from the armor maker, and it looks like Tansel did a great job. The gentleman explains she left for Dorne. The next morning, Dunk arrives outside the tourney gates, and to his surprise, Sir Lionel Baratheon, Sir Isley, and a few other knights was waiting for him. He tells them he'll forever be in their debts and mentions he's grateful to Sir Stefan for bringing them all together. Lord Baratheon explains little Egg gathered them, and plus, he wouldn't pass up on the opportunity to get the little white Kingsguard armor bloody. I love the ratchetness of the Baratheon lineage. They enter the arena gates, and Prince Arian and Prince Makar arrive. Stefan enters and reveals he traded sides because Prince Arian made him an offer for a lordship. So Dunk now needs to find 2 more knights. Raymond Fossaway is disgusted by his cousin's betrayal and tells him to fetch his own armor. He gets on his knees and asks Dunk to knight him so he can take his cousin's place. We hear a horn sound off, and Dunk must go. Lionel Baratheon tells him to go, and he'll knight Raymond Fossaway. Dunk approaches the council and tells them he'll fight 6 against 1. Aerion states it isn't permitted. I bet you it's not, because this demon really doesn't want to fight after getting his ass whooped. The council member tells him, but you only have 5. Dunk responds, Lord Baratheon is knighting Raymond as we speak. The council member explains, if you cannot find another knight to join you, sir, you must be declared guilty of your crimes. Dunk asks him for a moment. The council member gives it to him. He rides his horse towards the honorable houses, watching and waiting for the spectacle to begin. He gives an inspiring speech about how Sir Arlen taught him so much about being a good knight, specifically about the honor that comes with it. He declares he was only defending the innocent, like any honorable knight should. He asked, who will stand and fight with me? A huge guy gets up and farts. Annoyed, Sir Duncan continues, has courage deserted the noble houses of Westeros? Next thing you know, a mystery knight enters the gates and rides towards Duncan. As the knight gets closer, Duncan has a look of disbelief on his face. He realizes it's Prince Baelor Targaryen. As the Game of Thrones original theme music swells in the background, Prince Baelor removes his helmet and declares, I will take Sir Duncan's side. The crowd cheers. Prince Maekar asks his brother, have you taken a leave of your senses? This man attacked my son. Prince Baelor responds, this man was protecting an innocent, as every true knight must. Let the gods decide whether he was right or wrong. The episode fades to black. This episode was truly exceptional with the way they handled exploring the depths of these characters. I was heartbroken when little Aegon shared his story about the abuse he experienced from his wicked brother. Also, the fact that Aerion decided on a trial of the 7 revealed that he's cowardly as fuck, and I'm glad his father Maekar called him out on his bullshit. He knew Dunk would mop the floor with him. Have you all noticed he only fucks with weaker targets? Dunk touched his spirit when he punched him and threw his ass to the ground. I'm a fan of Raymond Fossaway. He showed real honor by sticking by Dunk's side. The speech Dunk gave about being an honorable knight really showed the character was evolving and beginning to step confidently in the role of a knight. He knows he was just in protecting Tansel from further harm being imposed on her by Aerion. Lastly, seeing Baelor gallop out on his horse to fight on Dunk's side was the crescendo of this episode. I'm starting to understand why so many people loved him during this time period. He knows his nephew is a damn psychopath. I rate this episode a solid A. If you like this review, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.